Okay. So let's go on to vector subspaces. Now we were on the question 4. So what does 4 say? Show that W linear algebra and differential equation um, exam. Write this down. Uh, we are on the fourth question, right? Show that. Let's write this down first. So let's go step by step. Fourth question. So that W is equal to x comma y comma z belonging to R cube, which is ax plus by plus cz is equal to 0, is the subspace of R cube. Now, if you've written this, we'll go on to the unit notes. Let's just do this to all of them. Now, we also, these are going to be the PIQs you want to solve on the way. So, it might be 2 days, who knows. So, let's go. So that W is equal to XYZ, which belongs to R cube, AX plus BY plus CZ equals to 0, is the subspace of R cube. Now let's see if this particular question is there in the notes. So we are on page number something. 7, topic 7 was this here. Now over here, this particular question is hard to get obviously. As you saw, we got it over. So let us understand the solution. First, we have to rewrite the necessary case, right? Necessary cases like proving this belongs to R cube, and while this, and secondly, uh, showing that W is a subspace of R cube. So let's do this. So firstly, uh, necessary cases like answer necessary case. You just have to copy it on a list. So necessary case now first is let W be equal to X y as well belonging to R cube, which is AX plus BY plus CZ, which is equal to 0. Therefore, 0 comma 0 comma 0, which belongs to W, hence W is non-empty. Okay. So what does that mean? Now W being non-empty is because it has 0. So this is how you tell 0 comma 0 comma 0 belongs to W. So because there is an element inside it, which is proving or kind of fulfilling this particular equation. That's why it is non-empty. Let v1 be equal to x1 comma y1 comma z1 and v2 be equal to x2 comma y2 comma z2, which belongs to w in the given format. Thus, v1 is equal to x1 comma y1 comma z1 belonging to R cube and ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 is equal to 0. So this is one way to prove it. So two vectors defined x1, y1, z1 belong to the R cube and it prove it is what do you say belong to W. So definitely it will what do you say it will be prove it will be fulfilling this criteria. So that's the reason we need to define it that way. X2 y2 z2 belonging to R cube ax2 plus by2 plus cz2 which belongs to 0. Note, for any subset W of vector space V is called as subspace if AU plus VV belongs to W, where U comma V belongs to W and A comma V belongs to real number R. So basically, any subset W for any subset W of the vector space V, so V belonging to W belonging to V is only possible, right? This subspace only if AU plus BV is firstly W where U and V are part of what do you say vector space V and like UV are part of W and A and V are part of real number. Basically, they are coefficients. U and V are vector spaces. Vector spaces. Further implies AV1 plus BV2 being equal to A x1 comma y1 comma z1 plus B x2 comma y2 comma z2 is equal to A x1 plus B x2 comma A y1 plus B y2 comma A z1 plus B z2. This all belongs to R cube. It's a necessary case. Now just telling that A into this plus B into this x terms have combined together to give you a new term which belongs to R cube. And if you see, this is similar to this one. A, B, and A of X, A and B of Y, A and B of Z. Now the sufficient case. Sufficient case C1 A x1 plus B x2 plus C2 A y1 plus B y2 plus C3 A z1 plus B z2 is equal to A C1 x1 plus C2 y1 plus C3 z1 plus B C1 x2 C2 y2 plus C3 z2. So they have multiplied C1 to these particular terms C1, C2, C3 and according to that they have taken out A's and B's and then according to that because this now kind of matches this kind of a way where C1 is A, C2 is B and C3 is C. So this can be classified as AX plus BY plus CZ is equal to 0. So therefore A dot 0 plus B dot 0 is 0 for both if cases are proved W is a sufficient case and both are proved. Moving this over here and proving this in the next. See over here. When it comes to W, if we this format you have to know basically. And a lot of these questions is just a format. You start to practice it a lot more time, but the thing is I don't have much time, so I'm just going to do this question by copying solutions over here, or the format of the solutions, and then what I'm going to do is while doing the PYQs also, I'll do the same. So that kind of it's the same, at least same topic, like vector subspace. I get from that your topic, I get few questions, either the same or different types. I would at least be able to understand the format of these answers. So what that helped me do is uh, to write the answers better while in the exam. This is done. So let's. Okay. So this is done. Now let's go to the next question. Find the bases and dimensions of R. Now base and dimension also I think part of unit one. Let's go down. Base and dimension. Is it unit? Yeah, it should be unit one. It's all unit. Yeah. So let's understand bases and dimension. Then we'll go on to the questions. Just give me a minute. Take a break. You guys take a break now. Like in terms, see, if you have notes and stuff, you just read through them because we want to just solve mainly questions over. And obviously, you're going to see the solutions for that purpose. And before we begin any part or any new question, suppose requires a theory, right? Obviously, every new question is required a new type of theory. So just give you the brief of the theory given in the unit solution sheet because it has a brief theory. Like see, over here there's theory, then there are directly problems. Mostly, I think for the question my teacher has given, we would have either same question like here. So these two questions. I think these two questions also, but mainly I saw these two because these two I did on my own. It was very easy. These two questions, they are directly from the solution sheet. And directly, they just need to copy the solution and understand it. So what I do is that. But for the next question, what I want to do is first read the theory part of the concept. Like, here, suppose there is basis and dimension. तो इधर के basis and dimension का theory we'll read, and after that we'll go on to the question, understand the question, and using some one of the solutions. Like suppose you don't have the exact same question over here, even though you might get. Let's see if you have the exact same question over here. Why? I don't think so. You have. I don't think so. I have ever solved such a question. Y minus 2x equal to whatever. So I'll just scan through the entire 13th topic, and if I get a similar question, I don't think so. Yeah. See, it's a very rare occasion that we don't get. See, okay, here we got. This is the same question. I think. Y minus 2z plus u. Y minus 2z plus u. Find the basis and dimension. So over here, y minus 2z plus u is the equation. Wait, let me an R4. This is R4. This is told you to find the basis and dimension. I think. But you can kind of copy and understand. So first you read the theory. Once you read the theory, you might understand a bit of what is going on in the solution, and according to that, you solve it. So that is how I'm going to proceed. 13.8, right? So just go back to the theory. So just take a break now, and we'll come back. And theory, solution, physics. What to do with those? Okay. बोला तो खर्च है बैंड को इसमें तो दी नहीं है वो पूरा दिन खड़ा हुआ बोला किया देखो ट्राई करना सो रहे